And we're back for round one. We'd like to just go ahead and play first, just in case our opponent's a terrifying aggro deck. And let's greet our opponent. I forgot to pull up the card window for the drafting portion. Sorry about that. Okay, so turn one, we're going to keep this. Turn one, we've got Ancestral Vision. Then we don't have a ton. We've got swords for removal if we need it. So hopefully our opponent doesn't come out swinging too hard. Okay, Skull Clamp is very, very good. It's up there with Jitte and Batterskull as some of the best equipment. It's very good at card advantage on little creatures. Okay, so we've got shields up a little bit with Negate and Swords. So let's pass our time and draw our cards. Our opponent's probably going to play a creature. Alright, not yet. Okay, I want some creatures at some point. Or sorry, some lanes at some point to get us up to 5. Thankfully in our deck we don't have to go much higher than 6. So. Okay, what else is good? I could bounce or kill or something those, but I don't think I need to yet. Alright, that's unfortunate that we've not yet hit a land. Next turn we really should, since we're drawing 3. Treachery will be very good because it will let us play out some of this handful of cards we've got in addition to playing it. Basically being a free spell helps. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and counter that because that would be terrible. I should have tapped differently, so I left Swords open, though really I'm not going to use it since our opponent can't get anything else. Our opponent will probably use Noble Hierarch to... Okay, if I was our opponent, I would have used Noble Hierarch to equip Skull Clamp onto Wood Elves, just so that it drew cards. I guess it still could, and it will draw... Yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd equip it, it'll draw cards on our turn. So that's very, very good. Target player, yes. Let's target ourselves. Okay. So 4 mana. I think that means probably Stoneforge. Gonna go ahead and play a Scalding Tarn to thin our deck a little. Okay, so Batterskull versus Jitte. Actually, I'll go ahead and take Jit. I've got a ton to be doing with mana later, so like we've got a good 5-drop already. Our opponent's getting a bunch out of Skull Clamp. Man, that's a really sweet deck for Skull Clamp to be in. Lots of really good value creatures that can be killed by Skull Clamp. Alright, so it is very tempting for me next turn to just Wrath. Our opponent chose not to Noble Hierarch. Okay. So Tribe Elder would get to use its ability, but the other 2 creatures would die if we Wrathed. We could Treachery the Oran Viper, which seems a bit kind of greedy. Baneslayer Angel. Our opponent's unlikely to have a ton of removal. If we saved mana, we could swords whatever our opponent tried to equip, but it's probably just not worth that. I think I'm going to go ahead and Baneslayer. It's just so good. And our opponent may have a hard time dealing with it. It also holds off Orin Viper. It can put on Jitte next turn to gain some counters. We got options. Really, we just want counters on Jitte no matter what. It doesn't necessarily matter what we equip on or what. Oh. That's really unfortunate. Okay. We could play this for 1, 2, 3. Then we could attack Karn. We would have 3 mana open, so we could not swords the Hierarch and then path. Oh, okay. We treachery the Hierarch, then we mirror entity, then we kill Karn. It feels like it's wasting a whole lot of value. And it is. But it lets us kill Karn this turn. Our opponent gets some mana. Oh no. Okay. Whew. I thought I skipped the untap lands phase and I was like, oh no, what have I done? Alright, and we've got Exalted, so we get to save a mana up. So that should be 3 damage, should be enough. Let's just save Swords to Plowshares. Okay. I hate letting my opponent draw a card, but I think it's better than wasting Swords of Plowshare. I think a lot of what my opponent could draw would be creatures, so I'd rather swords that creature than his 1/3. Unless this is just an... okay, Primeval Titan. It's unfortunate that he gets some free lands, but I think I'm willing to just swords that now. Okay, so we can equip Jitte and attack. We can attack and mirror entity. We can capsize something. Or we could... Okay, I think I'm going to go with the Jitte play. Because... that lets me play Corsair. Actually, that lets me play Batterskull, which is great. Okay, I'm gonna be able to use Jitte to remove charge counters to kill the elf if he tries to Skull Clan Pit. But we can do that at instant speed, so we don't have to do that now. Unless we are worried about our opponent having that extra mana, which, given all his lanes, I don't think we are. Our opponent could be splashing blue with the Simic Chamber, or it could just be a lane for value, so as to be able to play one less lane in the deck or something. Oh, this is a bad sign. I think Terrasseron's targeting the Jitte and not the Mystic. It's hard to tell. Okay. I could capsize the Terrastodon and go real deep, but probably not necessary. Could attack with everything and make them into 6/6s. That's cute. Our opponent could block 3 of them, or could block 2 of them, which would be enough. Unless I draw land. Okay, so we would attack, 2 are blocked, 3 get in, that's 21. Great. So that should be lethal. Our opponent slowed down, maybe he's seen it, but... Oh wait, 21 is not enough. This is not lethal. I'm a very silly person. Is 21 worth doing? Next turn we take 9, 11. But we'd be able to Wrath in good... Sure. This is maybe not a good idea. I forgot that my opponent is above 20. Gets to draw 2 for that. Skull Clan, that's unfortunate. That said, our opponent has to worry about lethal from us. I might not have to Wrath. This could be okay. Especially because we have Capsize to get rid of a blocker. Alright, what else do you have? 6. Frost Titan or something. No, that would be another blue. Okay, Rude Awakening. So all lanes are big. All lanes can attack me. I'm dead. Our opponent played that well. We made a big mistake attacking all out when we didn't quite have lethal, but that was close. Okay. So the could bring in the Disenchant for the Skull Clamp. That Skull Clamp was absolutely huge. Our opponent didn't actually have a ton of non-creature spells, although Carnwood's one, and so is Skull Clamp. I think I actually want Packed In for those scary bombs that our opponent started having. Gonna take Thirst out because we've got a bunch of creatures that do similar things. Okay, we've got Visions on turn 1. Jitte. Still not the best, but it's okay. I really hope I draw a land. I really don't want to cast Fathom Seer face up. So I'll play Jitte. I can worry about Fathom Seer in a moment. Okay. So I will go ahead and cast Fathom Seer face down. It's actually pretty good. If I don't draw land, I can unmorph. So I can equip Jitte, attack, and unmorph if I need to. Am I willing to lose my creature and not kill his? No. Okay, Jitte can finish the creature off. So I'm willing to return my creatures, draw 2 cards. Why did I draw 4 cards? That's odd. Finish that creature off. It was a Histrodon. Okay. Histrodon is the draw cardsy guy. Kill that. Plain island. Oh, okay. I drew 4 cards because 2 of the cards were the islands I returned in my hand. Alright, so that makes sense. We're in a pretty decent position because we've got a Jitte on board. Thrallin is very good. No real answer to it, sadly. So much card advantage. I could leave up counter spells or other hijinks, but I think at the moment I don't. I'd rather get Old Man on the board. Hate to discard lands after I needed them so much, but I think this is enough for now. This is unfortunate. I'll take some charge counters. It's not the best, but this is not great. This means that we would be taking 16. But this gives us a play of the next time he attacked, we could block the run, use Capsize to bounce Wolfer Silverheart, and use Jitte to pump Old Man until it killed Thrun. Not, which just makes it regenerate. This is difficult. But that does buy us a little bit of time. So maybe we can get to Upheaval or something. I don't know. Okay. Mystic gets our lifelink equipment. Yeah. Again, this is a really rough spot. We may have just lost. Yeah, we'll use the ability. We'll get Batter Skull. Okay, so our Old Man will stay alive. Throne regenerates. Unfortunately, our opponent does have just enough mana to recast Silverheart. That said, we do get more Jitte counters, which is nice. Up to 3. Will you recast Silverheart? I assume so. Okay, do we... Upheaval? I mean, I feel like we're behind if we do. Okay, so if combat happens again, as it did before, we can double block Old Man and Germ on Silverheart, and pump Old Man enough to kill Silverheart. It's not great, but... Okay, don't target any wings. All right. Is there any benefit to pumping? I don't think there is. I think we gain life. Actually, I'll have 2 3/3s. 6. Yeah, I think I will pump him once. Make attacks a little more difficult this turn. Okay, we would have an extra turn if we wanted, because we can block these guys. However, I don't think there's much that an extra turn buys us, so I think we upheaval now. Certainly not the best upheaval the world has ever seen. Stoneforge Mystic doesn't actually do a ton right now. Mirror Entity is similarly not great. One more, huh? Okay, I hate to say it, but well, Shackles is sweet. It's not that likely to steal any of his creatures because he's got so many huge guys. He's got to get up to them, but... Also, we're very low on time, and it's going to be difficult to win this game and one more. So I may talk a bit less so I can focus. Okay, so we gotta save a counterspell for Thrawn. Next turn. Okay, Oracle is not Thrawn. I should have let Oracle be and taken it, but that's fine. Because we have Hinder, we're going to try and keep mana up. Oh, can't be countered. I'm very silly. That was really dumb of me, and I should have had a Thieving Magpie. That would have been helpful. Ah, for another mana. That was a huge misplay on my part. That's okay. Better to focus on continuing playing and trying to not make any more mistakes. If we draw planes and our opponent taps out, we can kill the run, but okay. If our opponent does play Thrun, we're going to Treachery it. So, not Thrun, Silverheart. Okay, our opponent tapped out, so we Supreme Verdict. I should have attacked first, but I'm in a hurry. So, easy mistake. Our opponent is down to what I believe is a Silverheart. Yeah. Discard his Terrazodon. Yeah, looks like. Let's play Silverheart and I'll take it. Alright, that's a card that is very good against our opponent's deck. And we have a Counterspell on. Maybe a waste of a counterspell, but I've got stuff to control his other creatures, so I think I want to start getting in for damage. Oops. That's silly. Okay, so Silverheart was discarded for Prime Time. Prime Time gets played, we steal Prime Time with Treachery. We get in for 5. I should have played the land first. Okay, gotta do damage because of time. Magpie's gonna have to stay back to keep me alive. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered putting down shackles. Oh. Okay, Powlander seals up the game, I believe. Okay, yeah, so we cannot possibly draw anything but lands, so we lose the game. Alright, well, unfortunately this cube didn't go as well as I would have liked, so thank you all for watching.